XRP news, 42 US banks attempt to block Ripple's bank license. It's got that David versus Goliath, XRP against Wall Street, that vibe that gets your blood pumping. It hits all our emotions, anger against the elites, sympathy for XRP. We are rooting for the underdog to win big time. But hold up, I've got to level with you today. This news, it's likely fake. Or at the very least, it's widely exaggerated, as often with XRP. This kind of news messes with us as investors. It distracts us from what really matters and leads to bad decisions. So today I can't help but to dive into real documents, proof, solid evidence to break down what Ripple's actually up to. And we will look at the facts and figure out if Ripple's big plan has a shot at success or not. Here, on my channel at least, we don't like exaggerated news pieces. I will not let you fall for news that just tries to rile you up. If you want real, reliable info, hit that subscribe button and let's start. Let's start with the actual story here. What is the story? So yes, first off, Ripple is indeed applying for a bank license. But it's not just the vague bank license the news makes it sound like or what they are saying on Twitter. They are going for a national trust bank license. And here is a proof. Again, national trust bank application. There is a big difference here. A regular national bank like JP Morgan Chase can take public deposits and issue loans, stuff like that. But a national trust bank, it focuses only on trust services, managing money and assets for others. That's all. So from this document here, it is clear that Ripple is not trying to be a full-on bank competing with everyone else. Their goal is much more smaller. They just want to set up a regulated trust company. Why? To manage the reserves for their stablecoin RLUSD. That's all. This is not equivalent to declaring war on all banks. The drama the first article I showed you was about. It's not about that. And if it's for their, RLUSD stablecoin, there is an even bigger piece of their plan. They're applying through their subsidiary, Standard Custody and Trust, which they acquired last year, and they are using that for something really tough. They want a master account with the Federal Reserve. We can see that, once again, in the Fed's record. They submitted the application in March. Let's find it. Standard Custody and Trust. Alright, 18 March 2025, status pending. Oh, this one is funny. Tier 3. This Tier 3 status, we will get to that later. It's really important. So keep that in mind. But here is the deal, yes. We can clearly see that Real Plan is a two-step strategy built around their stablecoin. That's it. It's for our LUSD. So let's dig into that and let's check if at least this big gamble has a chance of paying off or not. So here is where things get real for Ripple. They're about, if that's what they want to do, to hit 3 brick walls that could make or break their entire plan. First, the hurdle number 1. I think it's the easiest of the 3 problems, but it's still tough. We can look at their application. There is the detail here. You can have access to that too. It includes their full business plan and their team and stuff. It's really interesting. There are legal opinions, a lot of things. And if you check their team, check out who they've got on their board. Timothy Kinney, former vice chairman of BNY Mellon. That's good. And David Perth here, former CEO of Center, the group behind USDC. That's something. So it's good because it shows Ripple knows this is serious. It's complex. It's a complex process, and they are bringing in heavy hitters with traditional finance credit to even have a shot. But we can see that it's nothing like the easy disruption vibe the news piece is pushing. The OCC holds applicants to the same capital, compliance, and risk management standards as traditional banks. This review process is a long, grueling battle, not a quick win. And they will have to face hurdle number 2. This one is nearly impossible. I'd give it less than a 10% chance. It's pretty much a pipe dream. It's not FUD here. Let's just look at the rules and you'll understand. To tap into the US financial system's main artery, FedWire, you need a master account. And in August 2022 or 2023, I don't remember. Let's have a look. But the Fed issued a document called Guidelines for Access to Master Accounts and Services. And in this document, you will see what we just talked about. Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3. This document clearly splits applicants into 3 risk tiers, and Ripple's subsidiary, Standard Custody, falls into the highest risk. the strictest one because it's a new entity without federal insurance or federal banking oversight. For Tier 3 applicants, you remember Tier 3 here? The Fed's scrutiny is the strictest possible. And history backs this up. It's really hard. Others tried that before Ripple. Look at Custodia Bank or Kraken Finance. Custodia Bank 2020 rejected. Let's have a look at Kraken Finance. Kraken Financial, still pending since 2020. Both had state-level bank licenses, but even after years of fighting, Custodia got rejected by the Fed in 2023 and is still today tied up in lawsuits. You think the Fed will bend its rules for Ripple, a company with a controversial track record? I know they are very good at lobbying, but I don't see it helping. I don't see that happening. And then there is a third hurdle. You know, for the two first problems, it will be hard, but even if Ripple miraculously clears those two steps, they are doing that for what? For their stablecoin RLUSD, remember? And even if they go through all that, it's still a long shot. Why? Because the stablecoin game isn't just about licenses, it's also about trust. It's about the ecosystem. This market is winner takes all. Data as of today, August 2025, shows USDT and USDC dominating, holding way more market share than any other stablecoin. They already have the market. They have spent 6 or 7 years building moats by integrating deeply with exchanges, DeFi protocols, creating a network effect that's really hard to crack. And what will be like RLUSD real-world adoption? How is it like today? There is not much if you check on chain data. Since its launch in 2025, the volume and holder addresses, it's really limited. More importantly, top DeFi platforms, have any of them listed RLUSD as core asset? Can you find that on Aave, on Compound, on Curve? No, barely any. Its use cases are mostly stuck with Ripple's own small circle of partners, with no organic adoption on the line. So RLUSD is up against a market already locked down by two giants, and Ripple is carrying the baggage of its past trust issues. That fight, it's almost impossible to win. And on top of that, Ripple made a strategic misstep with stablecoins. It's too late. Their original pitch was genius, using XRP for cross-border payments for banks, giving them a head start in the payment space, but they let Circle and Tether build unassailable moats in the stablecoin world. By the time Ripple announced RLUSD in late 2024 and launched it early this year in 2025, it was too late. They are 6 or 7 years late. They went from a potential rule maker to a nobody, chasing the pack. Even newcomers like PayPal, PYUSD or Hong Kong FDUSD, they have huge ready-made user bases and liquidity support. These players already own the payment rails, the liquidity pools, and the trust of the market. But not Ripple. No, they are too late. So let's cut through the noise. This bank war, this hype, David versus Goliath, I think it's probably fake. It's a fake narrative for me. Why? They just want to pump the coin short term. Maybe because they want to dump on us. Again, we saw that a few days ago already. Haven't we? Ripple's game plan faces nearly impossible odds at every turn. The company ambition and their marketing, their lobbying, it's worth respecting. They are good at that. The XRP army on Twitter, they are really good. I'll give them that. But as investors, for me, for you, we can't bet on ambition, on marketing. We need to weigh the odds of success based on cold, hard reality, on facts, on what we saw today. You can read those papers and make your own opinion. But for me, the reality is bad. The reality is not on Ripple's side. What do you think? What do you think about all that? Tell me your thoughts in the comments below. I'm Cédric, and I'll catch you in the next one. If you like these kind of videos where I'm reacting to the news, tell me in the comments. Subscribe, like this video, and you know the drill, so that I know. Anyway, merci, et au revoir.